Good morning, guys. I know I didn't do a collective reading for the full moon eclipse, but tomorrow is our new moon eclipse in Aries, and eclipses are known for just shaking things up and putting us right where we're meant to be on our paths. I'm going to do a reading for whatever collective that I'm being called to read for. Remember that these readings will not always resonate with you. If it does resonate, great. And if you are comfortable with giving me feedback, I would love it. You can give me feedback on my video, or you can message me privately on Instagram or Facebook. And remember, I also offer private readings, and those are offered through Instagram and Facebook only. I won't see requests for private readings on YouTube, so please remember that. Remember, if you don't like the ASMR of me shuffling the cards for a good 10-20 minutes, you can fast forward. I also may edit this video. I'm going to try to edit it. I'm trying to play with my YouTube videos and learn YouTube, learn how it works. I'm new to all of this, so if any of you have tips, let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm not asking for a certain number of cards today. I'm asking for whatever I am being called to read for this collective. We are also still in the middle of our Venus retrograde and our Mercury retrograde. Mercury goes back direct on April 16th, and you're still going to have the post-shadow period, which is going to last for about 2 weeks after the 16th. Usually you feel the Mercury retrograde the most in the pre-shadow and the post-shadow, not usually during the retrograde. So just keep all that in mind. Make sure you're staying grounded. Make sure you're being mindful of your actions, your words, what you're doing, and your intentions in what you're doing. Just make sure you're staying true to yourself and doing what you can to stay true to you. Remember, with Mercury retrograde, communication may not be clear. You may be finding yourself not necessarily in conflict with others. You may find yourself in conflict with others. That is a possibility, but it's more so just communication's not going to be clear. Communication is not going to be happening as you may wish it would, or maybe as the intention you have in your communication. The person on the other side, or whatever party's on the other side, may not be receiving it the way that you are intending them to receive it. So just try and be patient and stay grounded in your communications and why you're saying what you're saying. Just also be very mindful of the words you use and the words you choose to say to people. Make sure you're being very clear in what you're saying. And if it doesn't get received the way that you intend it to be, try to just give the other party patience. Try to just be patient, give some space, give some time. Maybe in a month or so you can readdress whatever issues it is and things will blow over. With Venus retrograde, it was in Aries at first. It's now in Pisces, or that may be backwards. It was in Pisces, now it's in Aries? No, it was in Aries, now it's in Pisces, Venus is, but it's still retrograde. And Venus rules our love and our attraction. Venus is the planet of love, relationships, harmony, attraction, connection. So with that in retrograde, you're probably being called to pay attention to what you really want in the relationships that you have in life, not just romantic, but platonic as well. So keep that in mind. Just be patient with yourself, be patient with others. Make sure you are focusing on self-care, stay hydrated, take care of yourself. Okay. Like I said, I'm not calling for any certain cards. Okay, so I've already pulled 8 cards. We're just going to start with these, and then I'm probably going to go ahead and shuffle for some more after I read these off. So the first card we have is Page of Cups. Page of Cups is always a representative of intuition and being connected to your intuition. It is also indicative of receiving a sensitive message. This card, if you are an artist of some sort, you may or may not be an artist, or you may or may not be into art. You may be considering getting into art, or you may have like some creativity bubbling up and you're wanting to learn how to express it, something like that. The Page of Cups is definitely, it says it's especially helpful if you're an artist or creator of any kind. The message of this card is that you are supported and all the help you need is available to you. Listen and look for what you seek with a willing heart. Remember that everything we need in life to be complete and whole, we already have in ourselves. Every support we need, every validation we seek, whatever, it's in ourselves already. So just keep that in mind with the Page of Cups. If you do create anything, it could literally be anything. It could be art, like painting. It could be music that you create. It could be anything. You could be a content creator. Like, it doesn't have to be specific, like a piece of art. Like, art is very widespread, okay? So anything that you create, this could definitely be for you. It's a card of encouragement. It's a card of gentle and quiet disposition, and it's a card of just support in your creative and artistic abilities and ventures, whatever you're trying to create and bring into fruition artistically. You have the support in all realms. And remember, art is about expression. It's not about how people perceive it or receive it. It's about what the message you're wanting to get into your art, to give out from yourself and your soul. Okay, so remember, it's more about you, not about other people. Keep that in mind. The next card that we have is the Six of Wands. And with the Six of Wands, this is representative of a moment of victory and triumph. I feel like this is just a very good reading. Like, it's just, I'm getting very good energy from this. A moment of victory and triumph. So even with the Page of Cups, with the art, you may be an artist, you may be creating things. You may also be feeling, you may have been feeling in a rut here lately with your art or with your passion or with your creations that you create. You may have been feeling like maybe it's not what you're meant to do. You may have been feeling maybe like you're not doing it correctly, or people just aren't enjoying your, like, what you create and your art, like your individual art. But that's not true. You're coming into a moment of victory and triumph, whether that be with your art or that be with just other areas of your life, career, relationships, anything. Like, you're coming into a moment of just success and kind of a full circle moment. Although the next card we have is a Tower card. The Tower card always represents that whatever reality that you have known to be true is now being completely shattered. The reality you've been living in, what you've been perceiving to be your reality and your truth and where you're supposed to be, it may all be just, what's that song on TikTok where it's like, in just a moment, it could all be gone. Poof, like that song, that's what I'm getting in my head. It's like, poof, it's gone. Now you're in a new reality. You're on a new timeline. Like, that's what the Tower moment does to us. It kind of just shakes our lives up. And also keep in mind, you are going to have Tower moments throughout your whole entire life. That is the part of the human experience on this earth. Nothing is as it seems. Nothing is meant to stay the same, and change is inevitable. You may be going through a big change and transition. There may be a lot changing around you, especially inside of you. Whether that be mentally, it could also be morally, your beliefs and stuff. You could have your beliefs shattering right now. You could be growing your perspective on beliefs. You could be growing your perspective on morals. You could just, your whole reality in general, you could be realizing like, whoa, like that's not, I wasn't growing in that reality. Like, that's actually what was holding me back the whole time. And here's my opportunity to kind of take back control of my life, back control of myself, and manifest what I want to have in my life, like what I want to attract for myself. So it is a Tower moment that you're going through, but you still, like, if you are an artist in whatever way, and it doesn't even, you may not offer art like boldly, you may not be on like social media, you may not be selling your art or anything. It may just be like a meditative thing that you do at home for yourself, where you create things at home and you haven't really shared it with the world yet. Maybe you keep it to yourself. And this may be a time also that like you should get some confidence in sharing it. Art is beautiful, and no one should ever quit creating art. I'm an artist myself. I do not necessarily create one specific kind of art. I like to draw, I like to paint, I like to crochet, I do not I've never created music. I like to sing. I really do. I love singing because music helps me heal to my core. But I've never really created music. I've been being called to do it, but I've never really like dipped in that, if that makes sense. Another form of creating art, you could work a puzzle. Like that's a form of creating art. You're sitting there and you're putting it together. Like there's a lot more options and possibilities when it comes to creating art and things. And you don't always have to share it with the world. It could just be a meditative thing or something that just brings you peace and healing. So just keep in mind that you have encouragement for that and you are completely supported and it is healthy for you. And this may be a time with the tower moment, it may be a time for you to just hone in on that. Like just take it for what it is and sit with your art and find yourself in it more and make it a more consistent thing in your life where you set a specific amount of time to focus on creating more than distracting or overthinking or worrying or stressing. Make sure you're balancing that with more time to create happy things, create things that you want to manifest, if that makes sense. The next card we have is the Five of Swords. This card is representative of a no-win situation. Now, with the Tower moment and with your reality kind of like just shattering right now, things are maybe changing for you. That's mainly probably going to be internally, but it's also going to be outside as well, because when you change internally, everything around you is going to change. Your connections are going to change, your relationships are going to change, the path you're on could possibly change. Whatever you want and you crave and you desire for yourself in your life on a soul level, that could be changing. Like you could just be growing and evolving completely and you're like, none of this is what I want. This served me in the past and I'm grateful for that, but it's my time to move forward, grow and become my new self and focus on my new reality and see like how I can handle it to the best of my ability. With the Five of Swords, with it being a no-win situation, it indicates being besieged. I may not be saying that word correctly. I've never seen that word in my life. But it indicates you are being preyed upon or you are engaged in a battle of some kind with the high probability of defeat. This card signals an inferior position and points out that you may not have the resources or strength to prevail in whatever conflict is brewing. The best resolution to such a situation might be in acknowledging and accepting your limitations and choosing to walk away from a fight you cannot win before it even starts. It's a sign that the situation that you're engaged in has no long-term value. There will be no real winner. It could represent a defeat on the mental level or perhaps the memory of a past defeat that is hindering further ventures. It also represents, it says it's important to take a stand, but there are also times where retreat is the best option, even if it bruises your pride. It also represents self-interest, discord, dishonor, and severing ties. So with that being said, and with the Tower moment, you may be in some kind of situation. You may be an artist in general, and you have the support you need to succeed and to seek victory with your art and with your creations. And you have the support you need. And with the Six of Wands right after, like that's telling you that like you will be successful and you are going to have a time of victory and like seeing like yourself come into a winning season. With the Tower moment, and your reality changing, this could be surrounding like not only your art, it could also be surrounding whatever situation you're in that's a no-win situation. This could be anything. This could be as little as like a little argument or conflict with somebody. That's just like an egotistical conflict where you and the other person don't really like each other or don't really like you just feel like some kind of like animosity towards each other, or there's always been some kind of like conflict, jealousy, hatred for some reason, and you can't really like figure out why. And you may have been like engaging in that situation, like more so egotistically trying to like prove that like you're a good person, or like prove that you're better than the other person, or prove that you're like more than them, more powerful than them, if that makes sense. But that's really not helping you. Like whatever is happening in this situation, you're kind of doing it based out of your ego and you need to readdress that. You need to kind of ground, try to meditate, and try to look at the situation, whatever the situation is, look at it as a whole and see, just really see, ask yourself why you feel the way that you do. What makes you feel the way that you do in the situation regarding the other parties in the situation, whatever situation it is. Ask yourself why you feel the way you feel in that situation. And then ask yourself, why do I feel the need to respond egotistically and defensively in a sense? And really ask, like, is there a real, what fucking word am I looking for? Hi, baby. Like, is there a real risk of, what word am I looking for right now? I am literally like just mind blank right now. What is the word when there's a possibility of something bad happening or some like hurt being done to you, harm being done to you? Lord have mercy. I can't remember the word to save my life. I cannot remember the word to save my life. Okay, I'm going to try to reword it if I can. Whatever the situation is, you need to sit back and ask yourself, not necessarily ask yourself, but kind of meditate on it. Like, is there a true risk of harm being done? Like, is there a true risk of things being done to you? Or like harm being done to you in this situation? Like, is there something that you truly need to defend yourself from? Like, is someone causing you actual physical harm, or are they just messing with you like mentally, spiritually, and egotistically because they know that they can push your buttons? Like, they know that they can just get your little traumas in there that are unhealed and just poke each one and just keep you reacting because it feeds them. And then you may be doing it back to the person in the same situation. You never know. Try to meditate on the situation. It's definitely not what you're making it out to be. It may not be like a true conflict. Like, it really may just be something like so simple as like someone just doesn't like your energy and you don't like their energy, and you feel like you have to have a conflict. That's not how life is meant to be. Usually when you have a conflict with somebody, no matter what it has to do with, if there is somebody that you don't like, or you feel animosity, hatred, or jealousy towards, or they feel it towards you, and you can feel that energy, and you feel like you have to like have your guard up with that person, try to change your perspective on the situation. The way that I've helped myself through these situations is when there is someone who you don't necessarily get along with, usually whether you don't like them, they don't like you, it could be very mutual where you're both just like, I don't fuck with your energy. It's just that kind of energy. That's just a very respectable thing. Like, sometimes it's okay to just go, hey, like, we don't have to love each other. We don't have to like each other. We don't have to enjoy each other. We don't even have to be around each other. We literally don't have to associate with each other. Like, I wish you the best. I wish you the best in life. Let's move forward. I'm going to step back. I'm going to do my thing. I wish the best for you. It's more of those things. Because you also have to remember, when you heal your masculine energy, remember we all have masculine and feminine energy, whether it's a man or a woman. We are all 50-50 masculine and feminine. Remember to stand in your truth and to stand your ground and to defend yourself. You do not have to be loud about it. You do not have to be hateful. You do not have to be forceful. You do not have to prove your power. You don't have to prove who you are. You don't have to prove anything. True masculinity, both in men and women, is knowing your truth, knowing who you are, knowing who you want to be in this world, knowing what you want to manifest, knowing what you want to do for the world outside of you, and what you want to bring into the life for yourself, and knowing that that's enough. To defend your position in life, you don't have to be loud, you don't have to yell, you don't have to fight, you don't have to be rude. You can just calmly, like, just look at the situation and go, hey, like, this is a no-win situation. Like, this is really just draining, and it may be draining all parties for no reason, like, whatever the situation may be. It could be something as simple as a little bitty just conflict with someone, like, in your career or at work, like a coworker to coexist with. Okay, so coexist. Just coexist. Wish them love. Like, send them unconditional love, even if you don't like them and you don't like their energy. Wish the best for them. Detach from the situation and focus on what's best for you. Really just sit back, change the perspective, look at the situation at a bigger picture, and really, another thing that could help you, one of my oracle cards that I've actually helped someone with before, when it comes to a situation like this, it's good to take a paper or a journal and write down the definite things in your situation, like the pillars of the situation, the truths and the facts of the situation. Like, write down what's true on your end. Write down what may be true on their end, if you know. Write down facts of the situation. Also, be truthful and honest with yourself of where you stand, what resources you have in the situation, and what the best move is for you. Conflict, a lot of people find themselves in conflict with people who they actually could learn to heal more from. So people that we usually conflict with, we usually conflict because what we're seeing in that person reminds us of something in ourselves. And so instead of facing it in ourselves and saying, oh, like, I've got that trait too, like, I need to heal that, you more so, like, want to deny that that side of you is in you, and you want to just be angry towards the other party because they show that side, when in reality that side's in you just as much. So if all parties were to really sit down and address the situation together and look at it as a bigger picture and look at the obstacle, like the issue you're having, like have both parties and you both choose to look at the obstacle to find a solution together rather than fighting each other, but rather than facing the issue at hand and going like, why are we feeling this? Why are we in this position with each other? Like, why is this happening? Like, what's going on? Look at the facts of the situation. If anything's been done to hurt each other, if anything's happened that has made you each like against each other or just hateful towards each other and have resentment towards each other, really look at the facts of the situation together. And if the other party is not willing to do it, that's perfectly fine. You can do this on your own. If the other party is not willing to evolve and heal with you so you can heal the situation and move forward together and possibly even like heal whatever resentment and hatred there is and learn from each other, you can do it yourself by detaching and remembering that you cannot control anyone but yourself. You choose what you choose to do. You control yourself. You control your words. You control your actions. You control your holding yourself responsible. You control holding yourself accountable for what you do. But you can't control any other human on this earth when it comes to those things. So you have to learn to detach, accept others for who they are and who they choose to show up as, and learn to release them with unconditional love. It's not like rise above the hatred, the jealousy, the fear, the shame, anything, anger, anything that you're having in this situation. Rise above it. Try to rise above it. Look at it as a bigger picture. Remember that you choose where you spend your energy. Our energy is our currency. And we're responsible for filling our cup. And we are also responsible for taking care of ourselves and for holding ourselves responsible for where we spend our energy and how much we spend our energy in that situation. So really look at that. Pay whatever situation that you're in, that it's very draining for you. Find a way to not let it drain you anymore. Find a way to accept it, come to peace with it, and release it with nothing but unconditional love and for the greater good of all. You don't want to harm anyone else, because then you're just going to be adding more fuel to the fire and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. With the no-win situation, you could also find, this could also be pertaining a legal battle with people or one person. It could be something pertaining that. You may not actually have the resources for that kind of situation. Or maybe you do have the resources, but there's better things that like those resources could be going towards, instead of like wasting your time and energy and money and resources on like this situation that's just draining, that literally doesn't even have to be a thing if you change your perspective on it. And you could then like take that energy, this energy that you're subconsciously giving away to this situation and you're letting it drain you. When you can sit and you can call your power back to yourself, because you have to remember, no one on this earth has the power to take any power or authority from you other than yourself. That means that if someone around you has taken power or authority from you in a sense, it's only because you've given them the permission to. That is the bottom line truth. You have to hold yourself accountable, hold yourself responsible, call your power back, pull your power back out of that situation. Release the other party with unconditional love and grace. Detach from it emotionally, detach from it mentally and spiritually. Accept that it's not going to feed your higher good. It's not going to serve your higher good in life. Like, it's not going to serve you. It's not serving you now. It's not going to serve you ever. In the long run, it's only going to hurt everyone even more. Like, there's just whatever battle it is. It's almost as if each side has like a self-interest, like more of a selfish tendency, you could say, where it's like each side of the situation is trying to prove power, maybe, or trying to prove like, oh, I'm better than you in a sense. But that's such an egotistical fight to partake in that it's just draining. And it is so toxic and unhealthy. And if you can't come to a term with both parties, if you can't both come together and say, hey, like, this isn't necessary. Like, we've both played our parts in the situation. We're both being pretty egotistical. Let's respect each other for where we are. I wish you the best. You don't even have to stay in each other's lives. Like, it's okay to not like people. It's okay to not want someone's energy around you. It's okay to not connect with someone's energy. And it's okay to say, hey, like, we had our connection, we had our relationship with each other, we learned our lessons from our relationship with each other. Maybe it was a karmic relationship where you were meant to teach each other lessons, you were meant to kind of give each other your own karma for other things you've done in your life. This may just be a time to say, hey, it's time for us to go our separate ways. We had what we had, we learned what we learned, it was meant to be while it was meant to be for whatever reason. Now we're in this situation where you may be feeling like you may know it's time to just like cut the cord and go your separate ways completely and just let each other, live your own lives, do things in your own time, have your own responsibility and accountability back, give each other your own power and energy back, let go of it, stop draining each other. It's time to do that. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to sever ties and stuff. Like, that's always okay. We're not meant to please everyone around us, and we're not meant to let everyone around us drain us. So please keep that in mind. Whatever situation you're in, there's definitely an opportunity for healing. There's a huge opportunity for healing. The next cards that we have are the Eight of Wands, which represents that there's a lot of energy of movement. There's energy of movement, which could be career, finances, family life, healing, anything. There's just a lot of energy where you're wanting to get some things done, like hone in on that energy. You have a lot of energy to just manifest and build and create, and that's a beautiful thing. The next card is the Queen of Swords. This one represents intuition, connecting to your intuition. That's all this card is about, is understanding that your intuition is something to respect, protect, and listen to. And everyone has an intuitive side, whether you are male or female. We are all 50% masculine, 50% feminine. It is a matter of healing yourself wholly in your own time, in your own way, and trying to heal your masculine and feminine sides and bring them into peace together. With the artist card, you may be creating, you may be an artist, you may be interested in art. You should definitely start looking into that. Like, don't be afraid. But I'm getting the energy that this collective is for people who are maybe already an artist. Like, you're already an artist. You've been creating for a while, no matter what you create or who you create it for, even if it's just privately in your home. You've already been creating, and you're in a time of, victory and success with that art, and that's not changing. Even though you're going through this tower moment with whatever situation you're involved in, with whatever conflict you're finding yourself involved in, even though you're in this, like, you're in a really good spot. If you could really just change your perspective and see the situation you're in in a different way, and see how you could make it better by maybe even just stepping back and swallowing your pride, swallowing your ego, and just saying, hey, like, owning what you did wrong in the situation, whether the other party does the same or not, and just saying, hey, like, I'm ready to release this and step forward, you know? And that's probably part of your tower moment right now. I'm getting the energy that maybe for majority of your life, you've always been someone who has felt the need to immediately defend yourself against everybody in every situation. Like, you always feel like there's something to protect yourself from, in a sense. But in reality, it's not. It's almost like an unhealed masculine side and energy that I'm getting. And you could be male or female. This can be for a lot of different people. And the tower moment that you're having, it could be shutting your reality on true healthy masculinity. Like, truly protecting yourself, truly standing up for yourself and defending yourself. This tower moment may be challenging you to change your perspective on that, on how to do it and how to get it done. And then with these cards right after, we have the cards of movement and intuition. You have the energy to keep moving. You have the energy. You want to say hello? Hi. You want to tell everybody hello? Say hi, my name is Onyx. You have the energy to move forward, and you have the intuition inside of you that's being called for you to listen to. Your intuition may be higher than normal right now, and you may not be used to it. You may not be used to trusting your intuition or connecting to it, and that's okay, because a lot of us aren't. Because sadly, the world we live in, like society especially, we're taught to kind of just disconnect from our true selves and focus on society and like burning ourselves down and draining ourselves. Okay, mommy has to finish, okay? I will cuddle with you when I'm done, okay? Alright, come on. Get down. I love you. Come on. But with the movement card, sorry guys, she's knocking my cards off. You know what, actually, girlie, go lay down. Let me check this real quick before I tell you all this part. Go. Thank you, mama. Okay. So, girl, I'm not playing around. Get down. I will come love on you in a minute. Thank you. Okay. With the Queen of Swords also, it also represents being unemotional and being intelligent. And I really do want to point that out. Because after these two cards, we immediately have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is also representative of intuition. Hold on, and I'm going to check that real quick so I can... Okay. Ooh. That's interesting. Okay. So, we have the movement card. You've got a lot of movement. You've got a lot of energy to keep moving, to keep going. And you should hone in on that. If you can find a way with the situation that you're finding yourself in to kind of just maybe change your approach to it, and kind of, even if you have to just step back from it and take the defeat and go, yo, like, I did that, or, you know, that situation was what it was. It can't be changed. It can't be corrected. And fighting each other gets us nowhere, and just let it go. You have the energy to keep moving forward and to keep focusing on your success and what you're manifesting. But with the Queen of Swords right after, and then we have the Queen of Cups, this is almost like a contradiction. And it's a reminder to keep yourself balanced, in a sense. They're both representative of connecting to your intuition, but the Queen of Swords has to do with mastering being unemotional, like not letting your emotions control your choices or your decisions or your thoughts, not letting your emotions rule you, not letting your emotions be the base of everything you do. But then we have the Queen of Cups, who is all about emotion and emotional depths and love and healing and protection and using your emotions for the better. So this is kind of like a contradiction in a sense, because you're like, okay, so I need to be unemotional, but then I need to honor my emotions. Exactly. That's that's exactly what you need to do. And I know it sounds tricky, but I'm going to help you with this. So the trick of these two cards being together would be to, you need to find a healthy balance. You need to learn how to deal with most of the things in your life on an unemotional level. Do not let your emotions fog your vision. Don't let them be what guides you, in a sense. You can honor your emotions. You can accept them and you can release them and you can feel them and you can have relationships that are emotional. You can have relationships that are safe for you to express emotions and for others to express emotions. But you need to find the balance, because in truth, not every relationship, not every situation you find yourself in is going to be a safe place for you to let your feminine side shine. So you need to practice your discernment and your intuition. That's where your intuition comes in, on what situations and relationships are healthy places for you to be your true self, and which ones you need to show up as more of protect yourself. Don't give that power away. Protect that power and intuition, and understand that you are intelligent and that you can move forward without using your emotions, and you can handle anything that comes to you, relationship wise, conflict wise, anything. You can handle it unemotionally, and that is the best way to handle things in life, especially if it comes to like finances or career or stuff like that. It's best to be unemotional and to detach emotionally and kind of just stay focused on the objective of the situation. So the trick is to really work on finding a balance. This is kind of a sign of like balancing between masculine and feminine. Like you may need to focus on some meditation more often. You may be coming onto a healing journey where you're wanting to heal your masculine and your feminine. You're wanting to heal yourself on a soul level, especially from traumas, whether they be in childhood or in the present adulthood, whatever it may be. You need to find a balance, and you need to learn to trust your intuition and trust your discernment on which situations are safe for you to show up fully and vulnerably, and which situations require for you to show up objectively and unemotionally, if that makes sense. So learn to kind of respect both of those sides of yourself, because they are something to respect, because it can bring you, when you learn to balance them and use them correctly, that energy in yourself, it can help you face anything, like anything that you face in life. It can help you handle it objectively, quickly, swiftly, and smoothly for the good of all involved. The next card we have is the Lover's card. The Lover's card is always representative of self-love. It is a time, like you are just in a time right now where you need to just fill your own cup. Don't worry about anybody else around you. Worry about yourself. Fill your cup before you fill others, and you deserve to have your cup filled. No matter who you are, no matter what you've done in this life, no matter where you are in life, no matter what position you're in, you deserve to have your cup filled. But the truth is, you are responsible for filling your cup. Nobody else. You are responsible for your happiness. You are responsible for healing yourself. You're responsible for holding yourself accountable and holding yourself responsible in all situations and areas in your life. So this reading is really calling for you to give yourself that self-love that you deserve, because you're the only person that can do it for you. And when you really beat that obstacle and learn that like you can do it for yourself, you are going to reach a whole new level mentally and spiritually. The next card we have is the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is representative of new beginnings and hope, but with it being swords, it's gonna, or not swords, pentacles, I'm sorry, with it being pentacles, that represents finances and money. So Ace of Pentacles, with whatever situation you're going through, you know, the situation that you find yourself, it's a no-win, conflict, whatever you're in, it may be best to just let it go, forgive, and release with unconditional love and for the greater good of all. And after you can move through that and move through this tower moment that you're going through and really kind of learn to ground in this tower moment, accept your new reality, you know, get grounded back in yourself, understand that you're safe, understand that You are able to take care of yourself, show up for yourself. Everything you need is in yourself. There's nothing to fear or to be afraid of. With the Ace of Pentacles, after this Tower moment and learning to, as you learn to come into balance and learn to control and connect with your intuition and your discernment, and to come into balance of where it's okay to show up emotionally and vulnerably, and then where you need to be more disciplined with yourself and your energy, and understand that there are some situations where you can't be vulnerable completely, where you cannot fully, expose yourself like that, because you will be giving your power away. You will learn to balance those and to learn your intuition and your discernment, to learn where you can show up in each demeanor. And you're gonna, as you learn to balance those, you're gonna come into a very a time period where you're going to be having a lot of abundance come to you. It may not be surrounding money only. It could be abundance comes in many forms. It could be in wealth. It can also just be in health, physically, mentally, spiritually. You're going to be entering a time period of abundance. You're just going to be, it's a new beginning. You're just going to be recognizing that you are successful, that you have everything in you to be successful, and you have the energy to keep moving forward, and you need to hone in on that. Keep moving, keep creating, keep doing what you feel called to do. Stay true to yourself, stay true to your soul. Make sure you check in with yourself, stay grounded, make sure you're listening to yourself. Make sure you're giving yourself the self-love you deserve. Make sure you're filling your cup on a regular basis, almost daily. Do things that fill your cup on a daily. Make sure you're paying attention to your habits with sleep, diet, work and play, vices you use, technology, stuff like that. Make sure you're holding yourself responsible. Focus on self-care. And as you do this with the Ace of Pentacles, you're coming into a time of just abundance. You're just going to feel a form of peace and abundance. And the next card that we have is the Two of Swords. And with the Two of Swords is representative of being stuck at a crossroads and unable to move forward. You may be feeling, with this Tower moment and the no one situation you're in, you may be feeling conflicted inside with whatever it is that you're going through. You may be conflicted with whether you should keep defending yourself egotistically, or whether you should sit back and, let that situation go, release it, and forgive the situation for what it was, and kind of just keep moving forward. And with the Two of Swords, you're finding yourself kind of in a stalemate position. This card represents blocked emotions, avoidance, and difficult decisions. So you may have these decisions, and you already know these decisions are in front of you. There may be a lot of decisions coming up right now for you to make, to move forward in your life for what's best for you. And maybe you're kind of just feeling overwhelmed. Like you're just like, I don't know, like what decision I should make. You're almost feeling like you don't have guidance, or like you don't have someone telling you the answer you should take. But that's the thing. The only validation you need in any decision or anything you do in your life is from yourself. You should never look for validation from other people. You need to look into yourself for that. So whatever crossroads you're at, or whatever decisions you're being called to make, don't necessarily look for validation or for answers from other people. Kind of take some time to sit with yourself. Take some time to meditate on the situation, and really ask yourself where you stand on these decisions, and what you want to, who you want to be, and what you want to manifest, and what kind of energy you're wanting to put out into the world when you're making these decisions. Remember that the act of not making a decision is a decision in itself. Being indecisive is a decision in itself. Because you have decisions to make, but sitting there and going, oh my gosh, I don't know what decision to make. You're making a decision to just sit back and be like, oh my God, I don't know what to do, and be like, stalemate. And that gets you nowhere. Because the decision you have to make isn't going to go anywhere. The decision you have to make is still going to be there. So choosing to try to avoid it and be like, oh, maybe someone will tell me the answer and then I can do it. No. No. You have to find the answer in yourself. You have to connect with yourself, be responsible, hold yourself accountable, make your decisions that you're being called to make. And in the form, and not when you're not making a choice, when you are choosing to be indecisive, you're only damaging yourself. You're adding more stress, you're adding more worry, and stress and worry always manifest in illness and in disease. So keep that in mind as well. By ignoring your emotions, if you have some emotions that you've blocked or you've suppressed, whether they be from childhood or from a specific situation that you're dealing with, or whatever the situation is where you're having to make decisions, maybe, you may have some suppressed emotions or some emotions that you're not allowing yourself to feel because maybe you don't feel safe to do so. Maybe you've never known that it's safe to feel your emotions in situations. That's another like sign to just take some time to yourself. Let yourself be alone and let yourself be vulnerable and let yourself feel whatever emotions you need to feel in your own time and in your own safe space without the effect of others. Feel them and release them. And also it's a good practice to write them down to really get them out of your energy field in your physical body, and it can also help you clear your mind mentally and make a better decision if you get it down on paper. When you ignore your emotions, you run the risk of psychic paralysis, which is a kind of internal blockage, which results in closing ourselves off emotionally. Because if you ignore your emotions and you continue to suppress them, you're going to eventually become numb to your emotions. You're going to become used to just like any emotion that comes up, like you're just like, that's bad, emotions are bad, emotions are bad, emotions are bad, and it's like you just have that mindset. You need to let that go, and you need to steer away from having that mindset. That's not a good or healthy mindset to have. Emotions are healthy. Everyone has emotions. The best way to look at it is emotions are visitors. They are not meant to stay, and they are not meant to take control, and they are also not meant to change your mood in a sense. Like they can affect your mood for a little bit, but you should always learn to feel them as they come, and then feel them, accept them, release them, and then keep moving forward with your day, if that makes sense. That's why it's good to have a journal. And if you don't journal, if you have a phone, go to your notes app, and whenever like during your day, say you're going through your day and you have a decision come up, or maybe this decision that you're having right now, and an emotion comes up regarding it, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling this is bad. Absolutely not. Take a minute to sit with yourself. Go to the bathroom if you have to. Go to a room by yourself. Go to your vehicle. Go outside away from people. Go to your bedroom. Go home. I don't care. Sit down with yourself. Feel those emotions. Let it come up as what it is, whether it's sadness, anger, grief, happiness, joy, resentment, jealousy, hatred, any feeling it is. The way to try to change your perspective on emotions. So the way to look at emotions is an emotion is like a balloon. When an emotion comes up that you're going to feel, it's like a balloon coming up in your energy field, okay? This balloon becomes in your energy field, and you can feel the energy that's inside that balloon. And it's an emotion that you're feeling. The trick is to take that balloon, to feel what's inside of it. Literally feel what is inside of it. You can pop the balloon if you want to really feel it. Just take that balloon and just mentally like, I feel that energy, I'm just going to pop it and I'm going to feel whatever is in there. Do it. And then as you're feeling it, get your journal, get your notes app, get something, write down what you're feeling. Exactly everything. It doesn't have to make sense. Don't strive for clarity. Don't strive for perfectionism. Don't strive for grammar or anything like that, because this is not a paper being turned into a school. This is just you healing yourself and allowing yourself to feel your emotions for what they are. Write down anything that comes to mind. You can jot down anything. It could just be just random words that come to mind that you're feeling with this emotion. Just jot it all down. Write down, it's this day this is what I was doing when this emotion came up. I was doing this in this exact place, this exact time, around these specific people, and this emotion came into my energy field. And this is what it's making me feel. And this is what I feel about it. I accept it and I now release it. And saying that out loud or writing that down or specifically saying that in your notes will absolutely have such a major power on releasing that emotion. And then next, you just need to imagine, I know you may have popped the balloon to feel it, but even popping it, that's fine. Imagine yourself releasing the balloon. Like the balloon is meant to come into the energy field and then blow away. Or it can come in and you can pop it to feel it, and then you can just throw all the trash away, because we don't want to put the trash of the balloon into the environment, because it's not good. It's not good. We don't do that. So make sure you throw the balloon trash away from your emotion and then release the energy. And in putting it down in your notes app or on your paper, that's a form of literally releasing it from your energy field and your physical body. And you'll feel amazing. And you need to try to get in a habit of doing that always. No matter what decisions you come into, or no matter what situations you're in, or anything. Even if it's not a situation or a time where you're being called to make a decision, but you feel an emotion, make that a practice. Make that a practice. Change your perspective. Emotions are visitors. They're not meant to control us. They're not meant to take control of us. None of that. And that goes back to the Queen of Swords, where it's like being unemotional at times and being intelligent, having an intelligence around your emotions, and knowing that there are some times where your emotions are not appropriate. Like there's some situations where it's like you have to just, even if you have your emotions, take a minute to step back, feel your emotions, accept them, release them the way I just told you to, and then let yourself go back to the situation and remain unemotional in that situation and do what needs to be done. Make decisions that need to be made out of a source of intelligence and confidence in yourself without validation from others. And that will help you a lot. I'm going to see if we're being called to read any other cards. You may also just be avoiding decisions, avoiding emotions, and that is normal for humans. It really is. But that's what we're really being called to heal right now, like as a collective consciousness in the world. Because the one thing that we're being called to heal mainly is emotional maturity. That's one thing a lot of us are never taught growing up, because no one, even the adults in our lives, don't even know emotional maturity. They were never taught how to handle emotions healthfully. They were never taught how to heal. Right now, like, we're in a space and time in the world where everyone's learning to heal on a deeper level, and it's kind of a new thing that's being brought into reality for everybody. Ooh, that's a good card. Oh, that's a good card. That's actually crazy. So with what we just talked about with emotions and everything, and like needing to feel your emotions, I just got the Ace of Cups card. Cups represents emotions and intuition, and aces are always favorable of new beginnings and hope. Um, and with what I kind of just explained to you about like a different perspective on handling things emotionally, the Ace of Cups is representing that you're coming into a time or period of, you're going to be feeling fulfilled emotionally. You may be coming back to life emotionally because you're going to have a new perspective on emotions and how to handle them and how to deal with them. The Ace of Cups is definitely representative of just new beginnings. You may find yourself attracting healthier relationships, which could pertain to emotions, more relationships that are safe for you to be emotional and vulnerable around. Other people who are also on a healing journey, or who are also trying to be in their own power, and they also want to learn how to handle emotions in an objective and healthy manner, and you could probably help each other grow with that. The next card we have is the Ace of Wands. The aces are always favorable of new beginnings and hope, so there's just a lot of energy. There's a lot of good coming to you. Whoever this collective is I'm being called to read for, like there's a lot of good coming for you. There's that no-win situation you're in, whatever it is, whatever conflict, whatever battle you're in, it's okay to say, hey, like, this isn't serving anyone's higher good. This isn't serving anyone. In reality, it's really just draining everybody. That's basically the only thing that's holding you back right now. And with the Tower moment, I think the Tower moment that this collective is going through is really just understanding to change your perspective on things, to learn to change your perspective, on power, change your perspective on masculinity, healthy masculinity, change your perspective on how you need to defend yourself in situations and what situations really require you to actually have to defend yourself, or just say, hey, like, this isn't like a real threat. Like, I release it with unconditional love. Um, you're in a time, you're coming into a time of just beautiful things and abundance coming to you with this shift in your perspective and your mentality. Also with self-love, you may be going through a tower moment surrounding self-love, understanding that all these things that you may blame other people for, or all these things that you seek in other people, is something that you're actually just seeking in yourself. And you're kind of just like holding yourself back by trying to find it in other people when it's already inside of you. After the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, I pulled the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, if I'm not wrong, this card is representative of love. But I don't want to be wrong, so hold on. Hi, Mommy. I'm going to cuddle with you. We're going to cuddle. Please go. No, I love this card. The Knight of Cups is representative of the arrival of love. That's literally what this is. Like, it is representative of the arrival of love. And that could be romantically. It could be platonically. Like, don't be weird about love. Life is all, the purpose of us being here is love. I hate that. Like, I feel like I tell people that every day. I'm about to start crying. Like, why am I about to start crying? This is weird. I feel like I need to cry right now. And I don't know if I'm crying for me or for the collective that I'm reading for. But, like, I just feel a lot of emotion right now coming from that card. Wow, okay. So, the Knight of Cups, it's like, it's the arrival of love. Like, there is so much love to be given in this world. Everyone has love to give. Everyone deserves love. I don't care what anyone on this earth has done, unless there are some exceptions. Like, there are some things that, like, you don't have to harm anyone. Children should never be harmed. Like, children is one thing. Like, I will fight tooth and nail over children. I don't care. There are some things that are unforgivable, in my own opinion. But as a whole, humanity, everyone deserves love. Everyone deserves love. We all do. You do. I do. Everybody does. You deserve it from yourself, and you also deserve it from the others, like other people around you. And going through this time of like this tower moment, and changing your perspectives and your reality changing, and you doing the work to just hold yourself accountable and responsible for yourself, and doing what you need to become healthier and to heal yourself how you need to. There's love coming into you and coming into your life, coming towards you. So much of it. And it could be romantic, it could be platonic. Don't be closed-minded to the love coming to you. Be open-minded. There could be so many forms of love coming to you. Just so much abundance and love. Make sure you are open-minded. Make sure you're open-hearted. And make sure your arms are open. And make sure you allow yourself to receive it. Understand that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of having people in your life who love you genuinely to your core for who you are, for your character, and for the energy and the effect that you have on the world around you and the people around you. You have a lot of love coming to you. The next card that we have is the High Priestess card. The High Priestess card, okay, so the High Priestess card coming in, this card brings wisdom, and it serves as a reminder that you have access to all the knowledge you need inside of yourself with your intuition and your discernment. This is kind of a sign of like intuition and connecting to the spiritual realm in a sense. This can also represent like knowledge from your ancestors, because you have to remember, like, when people pass away, so this is like my own opinion, this is my own perspective on it. When people die from like our physical life, they don't like disappear. They're still here with you. They're just not on this physical realm. They're on a different realm. They've kind of gone to a different timeline, but they're still alive. Like, that soul is still here. And when it comes to your ancestors or people who may have raised you or had a huge effect on you growing up or even in adulthood, you still have that knowledge in you. Like, it's in you. You just have to learn to meditate and connect to it through your intuition and discernment. It also says that if you have patience, patience is always rewarded. You need to be patient with this path that you're on. With this path, not past, this path that you're on. Allow yourself to be patient. Be patient with the decisions you have to make. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with whatever feelings and emotions come up. Be patient with those around you. Be patient with the abundance coming to you. Don't be egotistical. Don't be greedy. Don't be like, oh, I need it now. I deserve this. Give it to me. I'm powerful. Don't get egotistical. Don't get a big head. Be patient and just enjoy the present moment. It says that your inner voice may not come to you in words at all times. Sometimes it's just a sense of knowing or an impulse to act. It's really just intuition where it's like, oh, I should do this right now. I need to do this. Like for some reason I'm being told like to do this. Do it. Like understand that and trust it. It says to trust what arises from inside of your body. Like don't hide away from your intuition and your discernment. The next card that we have is Temperance. The Temperance card is always representative of balance. This represents like paying attention to balancing your habits, your patterns, like your sleep habits, your diet, what you eat, your work and play habits. You need to make sure you're balancing. And this also represents balancing your give and take. If you're somebody who is like, you could be an empath, or you could be somebody who is always focused on pleasing other people, showing up for other people. Like that's how you find your worth. You're like, I'm only worthy when I'm pleasing others. That's not true. You are worthy as yourself. You need to balance your give and take. You need to balance your sleeping. Make sure you have a healthy sleeping routine. You need to make sure you're getting sleep for your own mental health and your physical health. Balance your work and play habits. Make sure if you're working, make sure you're also balancing that with time for you to remember like your childhood side and be childlike and be present and enjoy life as it is, because we're not meant to just burn ourselves into the ground. Life is an experience and we're supposed to enjoy it no matter who says anything different. We are meant to be happy and we are meant to enjoy this life. The next card that we have is the Ace of Swords, another ace. We have pulled every single ace in this deck in this reading. You have so many good things coming to you. Beautiful things, opportunities, new beginnings. There is so much hope for you in your future, even from this moment on. There is so much hope for you. The next card we have is the Three of Cups. If I'm not wrong, I'm going to check. The Three of Cups, I believe, represents friendship or just working with people. Okay, Three of Cups represents successful conclusions. It's a time for merriment and community celebration. So you may be coming to a time of, it says fulfillment can be so very sweet. And this card reminds you that life's bountiful harvest is even sweeter when it is shared with those around you. The Three of Cups is a joyous card of celebration, community, and friendship. It's also so it's basically, in other words, this card is a reminder that with everything that's going on and everything you're changing, the work that you're doing and your reality that's changing, and this new reality that you're currently coming into with this solar eclipse, you're coming into a time of just pure support. Not only like people supporting you, but you also just genuinely supporting other people from a place of unconditional love and grace and just happiness. And it's going to be a time where you're going to have such a beautiful community in your life, and you're going to be a big part of that community. And you're going to be able to celebrate good times in your life with people who genuinely love you and want what's best for you. And you're going to be able to celebrate their good things in life with them as well. And it's just going to be a beautiful thing. You're coming in a time where you are going to finally have what you've desired, the support you've desired, maybe your whole life, maybe support you desired throughout your childhood, even into your adulthood. You're finally coming into that. The next card we have is the Sun card. You're coming into this moment of it is your time to shine, baby. Like, it is your time to shine. The Sun card means, like, don't hold yourself back. Don't be afraid to let people see you. Like, understand we are all meant to, like, we're all meant to be different and unique in our own ways. We're all unique. No one's the same. Like, let yourself shine. Let yourself feel the sunlight on your skin and in your soul. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself be you. Don't be afraid of people seeing you for who you are, because you know who you are at your soul level. You control the energy you put into this world. In this collective, I can tell, like, you want to bring good into this world. You want to bring love. You want to bring grace. You want to bring harmony. Let yourself shine. Let yourself be confident in who you are and what you've been through in life, and the work you've done, and the work you're still doing on yourself and in your life. Let yourself shine. The next card we have is Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles, I'm pretty sure this is the card I thought the Three of Cups was. The Three of Pentacles represents working with others towards a mutual goal. This can regard career. This can regard family. This can regard healing. This can regard health, mentally and physically and spiritually. Work with others who have similar passions as you. The people who want the same things, want to manifest the same things. The people who want to do the work that you're being called to do and that you're choosing to do. Learn to work with those people, because when you find people who have the same passion as you, even if it's just like career-wise, if you're an artist, or maybe if just in general, like career-wise, you have people who have the same career as you or are in the same career line as you, this is such a beautiful reading. It's literally insane. Okay, like the cards I keep pulling, this is just beautiful. With the Three of Pentacles, don't hesitate to collaborate with people around you. When you see people who have the same passion burning inside them as you, who want to do the same work that you want to do, who want to make a change the way you want to make a change, who want to heal themselves how you want to heal yourself, work together. Because when you do that work on your own, you're already doing magical work. When you connect with people who are also on that same level, who also understand the act of taking their own accountability and their own responsibility and finding their own validation in themselves and connecting to their true selves and really just bringing more love into life. When you connect with people who are on the same journey as you, you can make bigger waves in the world by combining and working together over that passion, as long as you do it in a very healthy, respectful manner with the people you work with. It's just that energy just combines and gets greater, and then just more good can be done, and it's such a beautiful thing. The next card we have is the Nine of Cups. And with the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Cups represents, what the hell was I just about to say? The Nine of Cups represents delightful manifestation of wishes and desires and dreams coming true. So with this, everything that's going on in this reading, whatever you've desired on a soul level, things that you've just desired and you thought you never could have, or maybe you thought you were never worthy of these things that you desire, whatever the case may be, baby, you're worthy of them. You always have been. You just never believed that you were. The people around you didn't want you to believe that you were. But now you're understanding that you are worthy of it. You always have been. And those dreams, those desires that you crave, don't be afraid to chase them. Don't be afraid to manifest them. Don't be afraid to do the work, your own inner work, mentally, physically, spiritually, to chase those desires and dreams. Because I promise you, they're coming to you. Like, reach for the fucking stars. That goes for everybody. Reach for the stars. Like, you have so much potential. Hone in on it. Like, connect to it and really believe in yourself and be confident in yourself. You should be. The next card we have is the Emperor card. This Emperor card is representative of fatherly energy. There could possibly be children involved in your life. You could be a parent, whether you're a mother or a father, because remember, we are all half masculine, half feminine. So just because there's genders doesn't mean we're really basically still kind of the same. If you learn to heal your masculine and feminine sides and balance them, it's healthy. The Emperor card is representative of being intelligent and also having authority and great responsibility. With this work that you're doing, you may find yourself holding more responsibility in life. You're also going to find yourself you're going to have a sense of authority where you are intelligent. You do have mindsets and perspectives on life that should be shared and that people can learn from. You are meant to help lead others in this life. You are meant to help others evolve in a healthy manner. This is a sense of just pure healthy masculinity and being confident in yourself, being confident in your intelligence, in your experiences, what they've taught you, being confident in your decision making. You're going to have a lot of confidence coming into yourself. You're also probably going to find yourself being a mentor of some sort, a mentor, an idol, maybe, you know, just someone that people look up to, a confidant. You may find yourself as somebody that people feel really just safe to come confide in and talk to, and maybe ask for some advice, like healthy, unbiased advice and help on situations. And you're coming into a position where you're going to be able to show up for people in that manner. Not necessarily control them or validate them or tell them what to do, but you're going to be in a position to sit with them and help them if they have any fog that they're having that they just cannot work through or that they're struggling with. You're going to have this intelligence that you're going to be able to pass on and say, hey, like, I've been through this. Like, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. You're worthy. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of success. You're worthy of everything you want in life. And you're going to be able to just help these people heal themselves and embark on their own journeys like you have. And that's a beautiful thing to have. The next card is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords card is representative of rest. You're going to be coming into a time of rest. You may have been facing a lot of struggle here lately, especially with that no-win situation or conflict or you were in this Tower moment. A lot is changing. You're going through a huge transition. A lot of things around you are changing. You need to remember that when change comes and transition comes, rest is productive, and you have to balance your rest with what the energy, like action you're taking and stuff. You're coming into a time where rest is going to be important. You're going to be learning to respect and honor rest and what it does for you mentally, physically, and spiritually. You're going to be coming into a time, especially with this work you're doing and the work you're being called to do. You're going to be coming into a time where you're healing. And the thing with healing is that as we heal on any level, no matter what it is, we tend to get tired and we need rest. We need to recharge and we need to replenish. That is normal for everybody. Rest is productive. It's okay to rest. It's okay to shut off from the world. It's okay to take regular time out of your schedule to make sure you're filling your cup and doing what you need to replenish your physical body, your mental health, your spiritual health. Okay? Rest is okay. If you find yourself coming into, as you move through this period and this new reality, you may find yourself coming to a place where you're finding yourself more tired more often, or you're kind of just like, man, like I'm drained, I'm depleted, like, because you've been battling so much internally, like, and spiritually the past, you know, it could be years, the past decades, your whole entire life. You're now coming to a place of healing that, and now that you're healing, your nervous system and your physical body is going to need that rest to play catch up. So make sure that you're honoring the truth of who you are, honor your past, honor the things that you've been through, honor your traumas and stuff that have happened to you, and understand that that did happen, and it did have an effect not only on your mental and physical and spiritual bodies, but also your literal brain. So make sure, like, you're respecting this rest. Like, this struggle you've been going through is finally coming to an end, and you're coming to a place of contentment, joy, happiness. Make sure you allow yourself to rest. The next card that we have is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles represents personal growth through learning and perfecting a new skill. So this card could represent anything. You could pick up a new hobby. But hobbies and skills, they sometimes, learning something new can sometimes help you learn more about yourself. It helps you learn more about what you're capable of in this life and just who you can be and who you can grow to be. I don't know what this new skill is going to be for you. It could be a hobby. Let me see what time it is, guys, because my daughter has a talent show in a little bit. Okay, we're good. Okay, it could be a new hobby. It could also, It could be a new skill. Say it could be drawing, it could be crocheting, it could be a sport like that. It could be any kind of skill. Just don't be afraid to tune into your creative energy, and don't be afraid to learn new things, because it's always good to learn new skills, to continue learning and continue growing, because that's the point of life. We're meant to grow. We're meant to keep growing. So keep your eyes out on if there is a specific skill that you want to learn, if there's something that you've been thinking about where you're like, oh, I see people do this and it's very beneficial for them. I just don't know how to do it. Okay, so figure out what you need to do to learn it, how to learn it. Make sure you fit it in your schedule in a healthy manner with balance to everything else in your life, and commit yourself to it and learn it. Learn that new skill. Go after it. Commit to it and learn more about yourself. That's just more knowledge you're going to gain to share with the world and those around you. Like, it's a beautiful thing. The next card we have is the Four of Cups. This card is representative of dissatisfaction, okay? So it's not saying that you're dissatisfied right now. You may come into a place where you're kind of dissatisfied. It's representative of you kind of being given, it's almost like the universe saying, okay, you're at this point and you kind of like, you feel content, but you don't necessarily know where you're supposed to go from here, like what path you're supposed to take. You might feel like an indecisive sense, maybe more stalemate, and the universe is kind of like, okay, here's 4 cups, which are representative of 4 choices, 4 solutions, 4 paths for you to embark on. You know, here are 4 things that could help you further yourself in life. You can choose what you want to do. You have the power to choose between these 4. And in a sense, you're kind of going to be looking at these 4 cups, and you may find yourself kind of like, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And I really don't want to fucking do that. Like, you're kind of just going to be like you're going to be dissatisfied with what you're handed in a sense. Like, that's the energy that's coming. The trick to this is to remember that indecisiveness is a decision in itself. It doesn't serve your good. It doesn't serve your higher good. You have to make a decision. And when you're given opportunities, any opportunities from the universe in life, the trick is to remain grateful. Every single day, gratefulness. Wake up and be grateful for what you have in this present moment to work with. And if the universe is going to offer you even more things to work with, like, or more options, more opportunities for you in life, even if like the things you're offered, you're kind of like, this isn't exactly what I want. Like, you're kind of being greedy or selfish in a sense. You might come into that energy, and that may be coming from this past self that you're working on healing from. It may come back up. It may come back up when these opportunities arise, and you may be greedy, and you may be egotistical, and you may be like, this isn't what I fucking want. Like, universe, I literally asked for this specifically, but the universe is going, hey, we can't always get what we want exactly how we want it. I gave it to you, but it's in a different form than you asked for, but I still gave it to you. And I gave you 4 options. Be grateful. That's the trick. Be grateful and sit down and really weigh like the opportunities the universe gives you in the future. Like, really just look at them and go, you know, how could I take these opportunities and take them and create something good with them? And which one really calls to me in my soul? Like, which one really just calls to me on an inner level that I feel called to do? And make a decision. Be grateful. Like, be grateful for every opportunity you're given in life. Do not get stuck. Do not become attached to power. Do not become attached to your ego. Do not become attached to greed. Do not become attached to abundance in the form of wealth either, as in money. Don't become attached to money. That's not healthy. You should never be attached to money. Money should always be an objective matter. The next card we have is the Ten of Pentacles. It represents honoring the endowment from your roots and the unique life you live. This is going to be representative of always in life, even with, say, like, everyone, I believe everyone has childhood trauma. I believe everyone gets traumatized through their childhood in whatever way that they get traumatized. This card is going to be representative to remember to honor your story. We have, so as individual human beings, our lives on this earth until we go to the next realm, are a story. We are all unique. We are all on our own unique paths. None of us are the exact same. We all battle different things. We all struggle with different things. We all have faced different obstacles, even if they're similar in a sense, they're still different. No one is affected the same. No one handles things the same. No one has the same mental state. No one has the same mental intelligence. No one has the same spiritual intelligence. No one has the same physical abilities as other people. That's where health comes in. And it also, this could also tie to astrology as well. This is where astrology makes a lot of sense for me. Everyone is like, if you've ever viewed your natal chart, we all have our own unique natal chart. Literally no human on this earth is the exact same. So always remember, like, as you're embarking on this healing journey and this path and all this happiness coming to you, and you, this, like, just you taking this new reality for what it is and making the best of it, make sure that you stay in tune with what made you and what got you here. Even if your childhood or your past isn't pretty, or it wasn't pretty, maybe it was a dark time, make sure you always honor it and be grateful for it, because it taught you lessons that you needed to learn to get you to where you are right now in this present moment. So make sure you're always honoring it, being grateful for the lessons you were given and the lessons that you received from past ancestors, because you also need to understand that this is your legacy that you will be leaving behind. If you have children, even if you don't have children, if you do have children, you're going to eventually be an ancestor to grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, great nieces, great nephews. You're eventually going to be the ancestor on the other realm that's going to be protecting future human beings and leading them through spiritual senses and intuition and discernment. Think of it that way. So really honor what you were handed in life to teach you and to get you where you were, and understand that you're finished, like, you're in control of writing the rest of your legacy. Maybe you weren't in control of writing the beginning, but you're in control of the rest of it. So honor what you had to work with and use those lessons that you were given to continue growing and evolving, so you can pass on even more lessons to those beyond you. And even if you don't have kids, it still plays the same role. If you have relationships with people, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's friendships that you have, you're still leaving an impact and an influence on everyone around you and the world around you, coworkers, everything. So it doesn't always have to do with children. And even when you do pass on in life, because everybody dies, you're going to be leaving behind a legacy. So you need to make sure you honor and you're grateful for what you were given to work with in this life, and honor the fact that you have the power to take back your control right now and to control the rest of your legacy by making your decisions and choosing what's best for you and calling your own power back. I'm going to see if there's any other cards for us. This has been an absolute beautiful reading. Like, I'm not even joking around. This has been such a clear reading coming through to me. It's quite insane. I haven't had one this clear in a while. They usually come through pretty clear, but this one, I mean, I'm even feeling literal emotions from the collective that's being called to receive this message. I'm not getting the feeling that we're going to get any other cards. I feel like this is it. We're not getting any other cards, guys. That's the message. Really just keep in mind to take care of yourself. Be confident in yourself. Be confident in who you are, who you've been, and who you're willing to become, and who you want to do the work to become. And I also want to remind you to take care of yourself and have patience with yourself. Have patience with people around you. Remember to check in with yourself on a regular basis. Meditation is a beautiful practice. Also, yoga can help with that. Also, if you've never read your natal chart and you're interested in that or anything, you can also shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook, and I can send you the link that I use. If you go onto Google and you look up natal chart calculator and you go through the links that it gives you, you're going to find the one that says Astro Seek. That's the one that I personally use. You're going to enter your birthday, the time you were born, AM or PM specifically, and if you don't know, you don't know. You can still enter your birthday and the place you were born. You're going to enter the city and state you were born as well. It will give you your full natal chart, and it's kind of like a key to healing yourself and understanding yourself. If you can't find it, shoot me a message, I'll help. If you do find it and you have some questions, I am still learning when it comes to astrology. Astrology is a never-ending study. Like, we're never going to be, I'm telling you, I've been studying astrology for 6 years now with spirituality, and I still feel like I know nothing about astrology. Like, I know a pretty good amount. Like, I really do. I talk to people about astrology, and they're like, whoa, you have so much, like, knowledge on this. And I'm like, wow, I do. Because I feel like I don't. So, have patience. Don't get overwhelmed. It's new. If you want to do your natal chart calculator, do that. If this does reach you and it manifests, or it manifests, it means manifest. If it resonates with you, I would absolutely love to get some feedback, guys. I love doing these readings for people, and I am really hoping that I can reach people and help people move forward in life and grow and evolve on all kinds of levels. The readings I give are out of nothing but absolute unconditional love towards everybody. I don't care who you are. Like, I want nothing but the best for all of you, and that's why I do these readings. If you ever find yourself over with the solar eclipse being tomorrow with the new moon in Aries, give yourself some patience. Remember, Venus and Mercury are still in retrograde. You're still gonna have some issues with communication. You're still gonna maybe have a little bit of conflict coming up here and there that feels like conflict. You may be finding yourself with romantic relationships right now. You may be currently being called to address your romantic relationships and what you really want in a romantic relationship, like what you really want in a partner. You may be currently being called to kind of just address that and really connect with yourself and what you want for you and in your life. So remember, with the retrogrades, have patience, take care of yourself, self-care, health, make sure you're sleeping good, make sure you're getting good sleep. You can do Epsom salt baths, they help heavenly. You can drink herbal teas, they can help you. Ashwagandha root is great for stress. You can also do essential oils where you can put them on your wrist a little bit, put a dot or something on your neck. You can put them in an air purifier or diffuser, oil diffuser, whatever it is. Also, stay hydrated, drink your water. A good practice is to drink lemon water. Get some lemon water at least once a day. Lemon water, and put a pinch of pink Himalayan salt. It helps trigger the natural electrolytes in your body. And the lemon helps purify the toxins from our bloodstream and our body in general. So try to drink that. It'll help you a lot. Just try your best to stay grounded. Take care of yourself. Have patience. If you find yourself in a place where you're not doing okay, remember to take a step back and connect with yourself. If you do find yourself in a place that's dark at any time in the future, or if you ever find yourself where you're just like, not that you're seeking validation, but you're seeking some guidance, please do not hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook. I can do any private reading. I have so many spreads. I literally have over, I believe, like 400 spreads that I offer. So no matter it is that you find yourself going through, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You don't have to tell me all the details you're going through, but you can just like give me a little bit of what's going on for you, and I can find a spread that like fits your situation pretty well. I usually do my readings privately. Like, we don't have to be in person. We can be in person. I would love to do readings in person. It's really just up to the people who need the reading, but not in person is fine too. I just ask for your name, birthday, time of birth. If you don't have your time of birth, I don't need it. It just helps me tune into your energy a little more. I do the readings by myself. I just do it, and then I write it down in detail, and it gets sent to you, everything that you need to read it. Also, if you don't want to do it that way, I can also FaceTime. We can video chat, and I can do readings for you through there as well. So please know that I am a resource for all of you. I do not hesitate to help people when they need help, and I will never hesitate. I am a single mother of 2 full-time. I am in school full-time, and I do my own stuff. So please be patient with me, but don't hesitate to reach out to me, because I will get back with you. I will say, hey, like, maybe I can't do it tonight or today, but tomorrow at this time, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to do it, I'm going to send it to you, okay? So please reach out to me. Please, please, please. Don't hesitate. And if things resonate, give me some feedback and share my YouTube channel. Please. Thank you, guys. I hope you all have a great day, and I hope you enjoy this eclipse, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your life, and I hope you receive nothing but love and joy and happiness. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you next time.